This is CBS News Chicago.
Top of your news at 10. Breaking news out of LaSalle County, where 2 people were found dead and a house was set on fire. You are looking at the scene right now in Sheridan, Illinois. That is southwest of Chicago. Just after midnight, police say they were called about shots fired at a home in a rural area. About an hour later, they were told that same home was on fire. CBS Skywatch over that scene right now. Let's take a live look. And it seems like there is some sort of hole in the roof. We are zoomed in right now because I believe there was some sort of fire. Officers found the bodies of 2 people inside. Investigators say they do have a suspect and they are looking for him right now. He is considered armed and dangerous.
You know, if indeed there was these victims were deceased from gunshots, then the fire is going to make it much more hard to investigate it.
The LaSalle County Sheriff is investigating along with state police. We also saw a SWAT team there, the fire marshal, as well as K9 units at the scene. A man is dead. 2 others are in the hospital following a shooting on Chicago's west side. Our Darius Johnson is at Mount Sinai Hospital, where the 2 victims who survived are being treated.
Good morning. That 34-year-old woman and 40-year-old man are both here recovering at Mount Sinai Hospital after being shot multiple times in a shooting last night in Garfield Park. Take a look at this video. This was the scene just before 10 o'clock last night at Jackson and Sacramento. Crime scene tape blocked off the 2 streets as officers combed the area for evidence. Several shell casings were found scattered across the intersection. Chicago police tell us just before 10 last night, officers responded to a call of a person shot and found 3 victims. A 34-year-old woman was shot 3 times in the leg, was taken here to Mount Sinai in good condition. A 40-year-old man shot multiple times, also taken here in critical condition. And a 42-year-old man, it's unclear at this time exactly where he was shot, but he was taken to Stroger Hospital in critical condition, where he later died. Back out here this morning, Chicago police have not arrested anyone. They don't have anyone in custody, nor have they said if they are looking for anyone at this time. Reporting at Mount Sinai Hospital this morning, I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News Chicago.
Darius, thank you. We are waiting to hear from Chicago police about what appears to be break-ins at 3 businesses in the Portage Park neighborhood. This morning, officers were actively working that scene, and you could see the smashed front windows and the doors at China Chef, La Michelin Prime, and New Waves Laundromat. All of those stores are right there on Belmont Avenue. A much cooler day today. It's so comfortable out there. Meteorologist David Yeomans joins us. Unfortunately, David, this cool spell won't last long, but boy, I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts.
Isn't it nice? You can actually open the windows, Marie,
right,
instead of feeling like 98, 99 like we did yesterday. This is a product of north winds blowing down the lake, also creating dangerous conditions at the beaches. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, brighter, a really nice end to the week, but we have a heavy rain threat and even some strong storms possible on Saturday, leading to another weather alert. Live at 10 a.m. right now, temperatures have dropped 10 to 20 degrees over where they were yesterday. Cooler air is still filtering in from the north, leading to a wonderful feeling today. Also leading to beach hazard statements, though, through 9 a.m. tomorrow. When the waves are high, as they say, best to stay dry. We're actually watching a tropical disturbance well south of us in the Gulf. This unlikely to become a tropical depression or storm, but the moisture from it will sling around this heat dome over the deep south this weekend. That tropical moisture combining with the disturbance moving our way could combine for strong to severe storms and even a flash flood threat here late Saturday. By the time the weekend is over, we could have 1 to 3 inches of rain with higher totals than that. Late Saturday into Saturday night still looks like the most likely time for storms. Sunday hoping a little bit drier for your plants. In the meantime, today the coolest day in a month. 72 under mainly gray skies. 80 low humidity. Cooler by the lake tomorrow. There's the weather alert Saturday. A little bit drier on Sunday, but heat builds next week as periods of storms continue on and off. Marie?
David, thank you. The snap curfew will not happen in the city of Chicago. Aldermen failed to override Mayor Johnson's veto of that ordinance. City Council did approve the measure with a 27-22 vote last month, but they failed to drum up the 34 votes needed to override the mayor's veto. That ordinance would have allowed Chicago's police superintendent to declare a curfew with as little as 30 minutes notice. The mayor insists the police already have that authority. The City Council also approved a $2.5 million settlement with the Mendez family, who were victims of a mistaken raid. Their case was part of a years-long CBS Chicago investigation on wrong raids. In 2017, Peter Mendez was just 9 years old when the family says police pointed guns at them, handcuffed his father, and it was all because they were in the wrong apartment. Peter continues to suffer from the symptoms of PTSD. Aldermen did not address in their busy workday the so-called granny flats. The proposal would let homeowners build coach houses, garden apartments, or attic units on their property without special permission from city officials. Supporters say this will increase the housing supply and help with affordability, but critics say it will damage the character of the city. City leaders in Naperville are looking at raising the local sales tax. Councilors voted this week to advance an ordinance that would increase the tax by 0.25%. That increase is meant to offset the revenue from the elimination of the statewide grocery sales tax. Advocates say that it would impact things like restaurant meals and personal care products, not essential items like groceries. A final vote on this is expected next month. After a long night of voting, the Senate has passed a $9 billion plan to cut some already approved spending. The Senate passed the recessions package by a vote of 51-48 in the 12th hour of a vote-a-rama.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 48, and on this vote, the bill is amended as passed.
Funds already set aside for certain programs and agencies could now be rolled back if that bill becomes law. The cuts were initially proposed by the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency. The bill now heads back to the House, where it faces a Friday deadline for a final vote before reaching the president's desk. If approved, roughly $8 billion will be pulled from foreign aid programs. Another $1 billion will be taken from public media agencies like NPR and PBS. The U.S. Justice Department has fired Maurene Comey. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because you know her father. He was former FBI Director James Comey. President Donald Trump fired him during his first term. Maurene Comey was a federal prosecutor involved in cases against Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. 1950s and 60s pop star Connie Francis has died at the age of 87. The singer best known for her hits Who's Sorry Now, Pretty Little Baby, and Stupid Cupid. She went on to act in films, but her personal life was filled with heartbreak and tragedy, including a sexual assault, a cosmetic procedure that damaged her ability to sing, and her brother's murder after testifying in a mob case. Northwestern Memorial Hospital says they are seeing an increase in cases involving ticks, and the CDC says this is shaping up to be one of the worst tick seasons we've seen in years. Multiple doctors and experts say this is due to climate change. We reported on this a few months ago, but now we're seeing how that corresponds to emergency room visits here in Chicago and the rest of the Midwest. This year already, 26 people in Cook County have been diagnosed with Lyme disease. 58 people caught it last year.
I think the main thing that patients and the public need to know is if you've been bitten by a tick, it could carry a condition, and that condition is typically a febrile condition. So you may have fevers, you may have a rash, you may have joint pains.
Doctors say while ticks can bite people in the city, they are more prevalent in Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan, and any other wooded areas. You can protect yourself with clothing that covers your arms and legs, do a tick check, and shower when you get home. If you find a tick on you, use tweezers to take it out. We all know our city has incredible food, but now the Michelin Guide has added 5 Chicago restaurants to its list this year. The Indian-Mexican mashup Mira and regional Indian specialist Nadu are now on the list, along with Mexican street food spot Taqueria Chingon. They are also joining the casual modern bistro restaurant Tama and new American restaurant Oliver's. Each of those restaurants now eligible for either Bib Gourmand or Michelin star status a little later this year. A brand new street festival is coming to Chicago's Edgewater neighborhood. The Edgewater Chamber of Commerce has announced the inaugural Edgewater Music Festival. Right now you're looking at video from Edgefest back in 2019. That's the last time that neighborhood had a street festival that big. Organizers say the new Edgewater Music Festival will feature more than 30 acts and at least 80 vendors. It'll run September 5th through the 7th on Broadway from Thorndale to Ardmore. We'll get ready to set sail. We are one day away from the race to Mackinac. Nearly 300 boats and 2,500 sailors are joining in that race from Chicago's lakefront to Mackinac Island. This is the 116th edition hosted by the Chicago Yacht Club, which is also celebrating its 150th anniversary. The cruising division starts tomorrow. The racing division will set off on Saturday. And be sure to be with us here on CBS News Chicago. We are streaming the start of that race live. You can watch it tomorrow on Pluto TV, the CBS News app, as well as Paramount Plus. Watch us on our stream starting at 2:30 in the afternoon. That will do it for today's 10 at 10 nonstop news. We will be right back with more of your top stories.